Well, we begin tonight with concerns over the growing number of wasted COVID-19 vaccinations in Michigan. Good evening and welcome to 7 Action News at 6. I'm Carolyn Clifford. With vaccine rates slowing significantly right now, it is a problem that could get much worse. Take a look at this. The Michigan Health Department telling us that more than 37,000 doses in our state have been wasted. The biggest reason for the waste, according to providers, is doses being drawn but not used. Now, to put that into perspective, that is 37,000 out of more than 11 million doses distributed in our state. But it's important to keep in mind those wasted doses could have fully protected more than 18,000 people against COVID-19. That's more than the population in the city of Berkeley. Then there is the cost. At nearly $19 a dose, that's over $700,000 wasted. And with the vaccine rate slowing to a crawl right now, many experts fear many more doses could be wasted. 7 Action News reporter Jennifer Ann Wilson is going in depth for us tonight to find out why this is happening and what can be done to stop it.
It sounds like a lot of wasted doses, so I dug into the numbers and the reasons behind them and compared them with the number of doses already given. From broken vials to expired or non-viable doses to patient no-shows and canceled appointments and many more reports with no reason at all, the state released a breakdown of more than 37,000 doses wasted since January. For perspective, out of nearly 11 million doses administered, 0.34% of vaccines had to be tossed. Breaking it down by jurisdiction, you can see Metro Detroit as a whole accounts for about 1/3 of the state's vaccine waste. While most reports show small handfuls of doses being discarded, some, like this one, reveal more than 200 doses thrown out in one instance. So who is responsible? It's not easy to track down. In Oakland County alone, there were 538 COVID-19 vaccine providers. Collectively, they tossed more than 4,000 doses out of more than 1 million they received and administered. Most wasted doses happened in April and May.
And before, when there was so much demand for the vaccine, it was not a problem. It was not a challenge to make sure that we got rid of all that vaccine that was thawed.
The Macomb County Health Department says they've only had to toss a couple hundred doses out of the 250,000 administered, usually only a few at a time that were thawed but not used.
Typically, those doses that are wasted are a result of outreach events that we're sponsoring or helping out, and they're going out to events where the numbers might not be well known, or we're doing walk-ins.
So where are the rest of the wasted doses coming from? Remember back in April when Johnson & Johnson vaccines were paused? Well, there were a number of clinics planned that very morning. In Wayne County alone, there were 1,400 doses already thawed that expired before Johnson & Johnson became approved to use once again. And another big reason for wasted vaccines, Walgreens and CVS. Now, together, throughout the entire country, they administered more than 40 million doses. So that's quite a lot. And the CDC says the doses they administered had extra circumstances. The CDC says Walgreens and CVS collectively administered 8 million doses specifically to 62,000 long-term care facilities in 167,000 on-site vaccine clinics. The CDC says, in part, quote, in these clinic settings, an average of 1 dose per clinic was reported as wasted. Given these activities and their overall vaccine footprint, their wastage rate is very low. Now, depending on the manufacturer, each vial contains anywhere from 6 doses to 15 doses that need to be used within a short time frame once opened. Now that supply is outpacing demand, the number of wasted doses will likely increase to prioritize getting shots in arms.
We've been directed to not turn that person away, to get that person vaccinated, even if it means, unfortunately, wasting dosage. And that's just a sign of where we've changed and where we're at in terms of supply and demand.
The CDC provided national numbers just for this last week and found that less than 1% of vaccine doses administered had to be thrown out for one reason or another. And here in Michigan, we are well below that 1%. I'm Jennifer Ann Wilson, 7 Action News.
All right, thank you so much, Jennifer Ann. Now, for the week of May 31st, the number of COVID-19 vaccines that went to waste nationally is approximately 0.59%. That compares to the more than 367 million doses that have been delivered. It's important to put this number into perspective. This rate remains extremely low. We should also note there are many circumstances in which a vaccine dose might be identified as wasted, including when it is truly wasted, spoiled, or expired. We have a breakdown of where vaccines are being wasted the most at WXYZ.com.